So The Drinks Are On Me was one of the songs I had written for our first album. The album was called Go Big or Go Home, which we recorded down in Memphis. I wrote the song in my studio apartment down in Greenwich Village on East 11th Street. Our producer on that record was Jim Gaines. He was a pretty well-established guy in the realm of R&B and rock music and blues music. He had worked with people like Albert King and Carlos Santana and like Steve Miller. He had done Stevie Ray's Instep record just like a year before he was working with us. So we were pretty jazzed to be going down there to Memphis to work with him. So I definitely knew that The Drinks Are On Me was a song I wanted to have a Hammond organ on. But at the time, we as a band, we didn't have an organ player. We were a three-piece. So I was in touch with Gaines and said, you know, I'd love to record with a Hammond organ player on this. And he said, well, don't worry about it, Paul, I'll take care of it. So, like, cool. So we get down to Memphis, and on the first day, he introduces me to this cool cat named Jack Holder, a studio musician. And he's about our age, but he seemed a lot older than us. We love this guy. He just became one of our mates. He was just a great guy to hang with, so funny. He used to sit there at the Hammond organ all hunched over, sipping his bourbon, smoking his cigarette through the dark, and be playing, and we'd all be watching him going, man, this guy's something. Jack was a fantastic player. He could almost do anything musically, guitar, Hammond organ. One time he was playing this soaring, fiery Hammond solo, and suddenly he reaches the climax of the piece, and he messes up, and he stops, and the whole band kind of pauses and kind of looks around, and there's a silence for a minute, and Jack looks over at us through the dark, and he picks up a cigarette and goes, well, Paul, I figure it was go big or go home. We all fell about the place.
of self-made men. Everything I got, brother, I paid for in spades. Now I ain't made out of money, but if I was, I'd share the wealth. For man's honest with strangers, yeah, you can bet is honest with himself. I come from a long line of closet gamblers, roulette wheel eyes, and a crapshoot mind. And the years when winning was my style, they all come back to me just for a little while. When I say tonight, the drinks are on me, and my real friends, they never run away, and they smile, especially when I say that tonight the drink